In 2021, in November 25th actually, I had a dream that I couldn't find a place to sleep. So I ended up at this all-girls camp, but I was wondering where all the girls were because there was no one there. Well, I find the owner of the camp, which is oddly a man, an older man, and I asked him if I could stay a night at this camp. He told me yes, that I could stay one night in one of the cabins. There was a well outside of my window that just was not sending good vibes my way. There was something about that well that bothered me and made me feel very uneasy, whatever. I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, the entire place is flooded. In the first video, I'm swimming to the top because in my dream, I am trying to swim to the top because the flood was that bad. But then I stopped because I realized that I was now in the water with this well, and whatever was in this well could swim its way up to me. So I'm watching the well, and this is still in my dream, and this girl starts crawling out of the well and swimming towards me. I'm stuck. I'm immobile. I cannot move. Well, she gets to me and she touches me, and that's when you see on the second video that I yelled because I was grabbed by this girl. I have talked about this dream before in my previous TikTok videos. If you haven't heard about it, or if you haven't seen them, or if you just want to watch them, you can do so. But they're going to be in the previous videos because it was in 2021. But I have spoken about it before, but I don't think I've ever went into complete and total detail. The reason why I'm talking about it again is because last year, on July 4th, 2025, which was the day that I was supposed to be born, not 2025, but July 4th was my due date for me to be born. But I was born a week later. 27 children and counselors passed away in a flood at an all-girls camp that was owned by a man. There were cabins. One of the kids have yet to be found. That's crazy. But wait, there's more. 1 second. At the top, you can see where it says 3:27 a.m. Correct? At the top of this one, you can see that the second video was at 4:27 a.m., which is odd to me because how did a whole hour pass by? It says that one of the counselors were swept away along with an unclear number of young girls right before 3:51 a.m. Well, at 4:19 a.m., less than 30 minutes after Eastland was swept away, a resident who lives down the river from Camp Mystic calls emergency dispatchers. She reports 2 girls swept to her house, which she said was about a mile down the road from the camp. This is how it all adds up. So it said that 3:27 and 4:27 a.m. was when I had that dream. 27 people lost their life at Camp Mystic. 1 person has not been discovered, still missing. So I think that the 27, 3:27, 4:27, 27 people, and 4 plus 3 is 7. 3:27 a.m., 4:27 a.m. It happened in July, the 7th month. I might sound crazy, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense. I don't believe in coincidences. I do not. They do not exist. This was a vision, but I was very unaware of it. I didn't even know about the flood until like a whole half of a year had went by before I even knew about the flood itself. But yeah, so Also, the fact that one of the girls are still missing and has not been recovered could also be very relevant to the one girl that came out of the well towards me. I definitely believe in visions and premonitions and everything like that, but that's just one example of one of the ones that I've had.